Well, live from Jackie Robinson Ballpark, it's back to baseball here between the Bethune-Cookman Wildcats and the Rattlers of Florida A&M. We'll play 1.5 today as we will resume a game that was postponed by rain yesterday and then play the third game of this 3-game series. The Wildcats looking to take it from their arch nemesis, the Rattlers, a team that beat them in the SWAC Championship Finals last year, trying to get positioning. A sweep this weekend will put the Wildcats on top of the SWAC East after 2 weekends of play. Hello and a very warm welcome. My name is Michael Trevillo. Henson White joins me. Henson, there is one thing and one thing only I can say about today. It is very windy.
Yeah, it is an extremely windy day. The wind's blowing in from center field towards us behind the backstop. So we're going to see a lot of probably bunting, a lot of fly balls out to center and out to right. So look for a lot, as I said, bunts and a lot of attempted ground balls, just because if you hit this ball in the air, it is going to stay up there a while.
We pick up going to the bottom of the 6th. The Wildcats lead the Rattlers 4-1. All the scoring was done in the first inning. The Rattlers led off with 2 outs and then a single by Jan-Mikel Bastardo. He was doubled in by Sebastian Greco, and then the Wildcat starting pitcher Marcos Gamboa has settled down. He's he has spread 3 more hits out over the last 5 innings. Wildcats struck early in the first. Reaching on an error was Sergio Rivera. Then Garrett Chun walked after a Jose Gonzalez fly out. Manny Sufrain was hit by a pitch to load the bases. Then Escobar got an RBI single. Cordova got an RBI double. Vasquez an RBI grounds out before A.J. Smith struck out to end the inning. So 4 runs in the first, but the Wildcats only have 1 hit since then, a Jose Gonzalez single in the third.
Yeah, it was a very slow day from both offenses past that first inning. We thought it was going to be, a high-scoring game, but even though they still stayed disciplined for the most part, just a good job from both Carson Kelly and obviously Gamboa to just settle into the game, and they both went the rest of the way, without much trouble. We know there were some opportunities that the Wildcats had to probably get Kelly out of the game earlier, but they didn't take advantage of that, and Gamboa did well to get his breaking stuff to really work in that back half of that 3rd, 4th, and 5th inning.
We will see what the pitching situation is, right? We were debating this on the way in. Do you throw the same guys you had out there yesterday? Both starters went, 4 or 5 full innings. Do you throw somebody? Do you use somebody on your bullpen arm just to try and get through this game and then head to game 3? What do you think?
Well, it's the bottom of the 6th. Obviously, the Wildcats will be up to bat, and I think what the Wildcats have the luxury of being that the inning starts with them batting is that they can really base what they do pitching-wise a little bit more on what they do offensively. Obviously, if they get another run or 2, then it's like, okay, we can put in our bullpen arm. But we're looking to start up here soon as the Rattlers have number 35.
That is a new pitcher. That is Tanner Walker, the junior from Eustis, Florida, who will come in to pitch the 6th. So I think the Wildcats will keep Gamboa on the bench today and go for a new pitcher when they are batting in the top of the 7th. The Florida A&M defense looks like this. Brown, Jackson, Bastardo across the outfield left to right. Hader, Mota, Niles, Fontenot, and Greco across the infield left to right. Popple is behind the plate, and now Tanner Walker takes over on the mound. Walker did pitch on Friday in the opening game of the series. No, correction, he did not pitch. That was Wagner, not Walker. My apologies. So this is his first appearance of the series. It is so windy, and we are not in a press box or anything. We're just at a table behind home plate as there are renovations going on here at Jackie Robinson Ballpark. It is very hard to keep our notes from blowing away. Yep. So
we are holding them down using our computers, phones, wallets. We're fighting up here, but get you this. But it's a beautiful day otherwise. here at Jackie Robinson Ballpark. A nice, cooler day, especially after the muggy and then the rain that happened yesterday. I'd say around 65, 66 degrees outside right now. Wind, as we said, blowing in from center field towards the backstop.
Tanner Walker, the junior from Eustis, Florida. He's a right-handed pitcher making his 8th appearance of the season. He's got a .463 ERA in 11 2/3 innings pitched. He's allowed 6 runs on 13 hits, all earned, 7 walks, 5 strikeouts, 5 doubles, 3 homers, and 2 hit by pitch. And Manny Soufrain will lead us off here as we resume play from yesterday here in the top of the 6th. The Wildcats leading it 4-1. First pitch outside and high to Soufrain. Manny was hit by a pitch and scored in the first, then walked and was caught in the middle of a double play in the 3rd. And the second pitch is a fastball down the middle for strike 1. This is a much different look for the Wildcats than Carson Kelly yesterday. This is a more conventional overarm delivery from the righty instead of the low sidearmer Kelly yesterday. Breaking pitch catches the outside part of the plate to the left hand, hitting Soufrain, and it's 1-2.
Yep. Look for more, steal opportunities, especially without having a lefty on the mound. That really messed up the Wildcats' base running mojo.
1-2, check swing, strike 3. As the ball catches the low and outside part of the plate. Umpires are the same as yesterday. Brad Polk behind the plate, landed Davis at first, Don Andrews at 3rd. So Walker gets a punch out to start his trip to the mound, and he'll face Irvin Escobar. Escobar singled and scored in the first and then popped out to center in the 3rd. And the righty deals up and away to the righty hitter, 1-0. Rattlers playing this straight away. Big hole up the middle defensively. That one is a slider low and away. It'll be ball 2. Yesterday, the Wildcats in the first inning got most of their hits right back up the middle.
Yep.
The 2-0. Upstairs 3-0. We've seen some Rattlers out of the bullpen struggle with command, especially on Friday when they walked 3 straight batters and walked in a run in that 7th inning. 3-0 the count. Walker from the stretch catches the outside part of the plate with a fastball, and it is 3-1.
And you're probably taking here still, this disciplined approach has really benefited the Wildcats. They've been doing it a lot, and it's really helped them get runners on base and into scoring position.
The 3-1. Swing and a pop-up right-hand side. That'll go out of play. Irvin chasing one a little bit outside, but you got to try and protect the plate here.
Yep.
Now it's 3-2. And what's happened a lot in this game is the Wildcats will be in favorable counts and maybe be too patient and allow the Rattlers to work back into counts. Full count delivery here, 1 out, bottom 6. Breaking ball misses upstairs and in, and a walk for Irvin. He's on base for the 2nd time in the ball game.
And that was a good job by Irvin Escobar to, just stay patient in that count. Only swung at 1 pitch, and obviously gets on base. And even in that foul ball that went and pulled right, we saw how much air time that ball got. Usually that probably just lines out, hits the net, but it ends up just floating over into the little turtle nest that we were at during the rainstorm.
Runner on first, 1 down. Big cut and miss at an outside fastball from Ramses Cordova. Cordova had a 2 RBI double in the first and grounded into a double play to end the 3rd. Faced an 0-1 count with Escobar on first. Watches a pitch low and away, ball 1. Wildcats in this Sunday maroon. Maroon hats, gold jerseys, white pants. Wildcats script in gold across the front. And the 1-1. Off the end of the bat, straight foul, 1-2. Rattlers, black hats, black jerseys, white pants. Rattlers in white trimmed with orange across the front, orange numbers, green trim.
Like these jerseys.
It's a nice aesthetically pleasing matchup today.
Yeah.
Here's the 1-2. Cordova taps it foul right at the plate and caught the catcher Brody Popple where you don't want to be hit.
Nope, not at all. And
Coach Shoup got to come out and check on him.
And he got hit there yesterday.
That one, and he was on the ground for a good 15, 20 seconds. He's now up and walking around as the umpires will give Brody Popple some grace to recover. Popple, the sophomore.
But it might have also hit his calf because he's favoring his right leg right now.
Was on this team last year, the one that's whacked title, but did not play a lot. Didn't feature in the playoffs, but has been the everyday catcher for this Rattlers team this year, starting 21 out of 21 games.
And he's done a great job in this series, you know, especially Carson Kelly was a little bit, his command wasn't all the way there to start the game off, and did a great job defensively of just keeping that ball in front of him, not letting a lot of pitches go to the backstop or even just let him hit the dirt.
We are ready to go now. Popple crouches back behind the plate. Walker comes set. Here's the 1-2 again to Cordova. He swings and hits it high in the air, shallow right field. Bastardo coming on, and the wind holds that one up, and he makes the catch, and there's 2 away. We're going to see that a lot today, I think.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a try to, if you don't get under the ball kind of day, try to get it, at least if you're going to hit it dead on so it just goes out straight. Because as soon as unless you're hitting it like 500, which, you know, not going to happen here, but.
Here is Peter Vasquez. Once again, Escobar on first. Now 2 down after the walk. Breaking ball, big cut and miss from Vasquez. He's grounded out to second both times as Peter. He did get an RBI back in the first to score of an Escobar. That was the 4th and final run of that opening frame for the Cats. Again, the wind, you can probably hear it on the microphone, just whipping, gusting up to 33 miles an hour in from center. Ground ball tapper right back to the pitcher. Walker lazily throws it over to first in time, and the inning is over. No runs, no hits, 1 left, and we go to the 7th inning of play. 4-1 Wildcats here on CatEye Network Radio. We have a new pitcher to start day 2 of this game for Bethune-Cookman. It is Dylan Vega, the graduate student transfer from Pembroke Pines, Florida, and a transfer over from USF, where he spent the last 2 seasons. Final line on Marcus Gamboa, who started the game. Gamboa allowed 1 run on 5 hits, struck out 5, walked 2 in 6 innings pitched. And now it'll be up to Vega to try and see this one out for the Cats here. We go to the 7th, Jalen Niles leads off. Vega, the tall, lanky right-hander, leans in, swings that right arm, now comes set and deals. Breaking ball catches the inside corner for strike 1. Vega gonna work quickly. And this one's hit high in the air to left, but not deep. The wind is making this one difficult, but coming out from his shortstop spot to make the catch is Cordova, and there's one away.
Yeah, but there's no wind there. That probably gets closer to the wall, if anything, and it ends up barely getting out of the infield.
Now Jordan Brown, but we saw the wind can work both ways, right? There was a bit of confusion between Cordova and Sean out in left field about who was going to grab that one. First pitch, a foul straight back from Jordan Brown. Brown had the second to last hit for FAMU all the way back in the second. He singled and then was caught out on the base paths in that inning. There's a fastball strike at the knees, and it's 0-2.
Yeah, Jordan Brown just tried to take me out. Forgot there's a net in front of me and ducked out of the way of the foul tip that happened on that first pitch.
Vega deals. Breaking ball didn't catch the bottom part of the zone, and it's 1-2. That looked like a decent pitch.
Yep. That's exactly where you want to put it. If anything, you want him to chase there, but don't get it. Still a 1-2 count. 2-1, right? No.
Yep, 1-2. Breaking ball misses low and away again.
No,
that's about the same pitch.
Yeah.
So now he's got to come up and attack Brown, who on the season is hitting .263. Catcher sets up inside. They go with a fastball in on the hands, trying to jam him up, and it's a third straight ball, so the count runs full.
Good battle here.
But the Wildcats this season as a whole have been picky about those outside corners, swinging a foul away to the right side. Count holds full. And have let batters get back in counts when they've been ahead 0-2. Just like at the plate, letting pitchers get back in counts when they're ahead 3-0 or 3-1. Once again, the full count delivery from Vega. Ball 4, missed his spot low. And Brown works a walk with 1 down.
Yep, from 0-2 to a walk. And
second baseman, number 7, Drew.
Good chunk of those pitches were good pitches. Those first 2 after the 0-2 were both in about the same spot. I think he was looking to see if the ump would call him, but doesn't get those calls, and now you have a runner at first you got to worry about.
Here's True Fontenot. Breaking ball that time does find the zone. He's very similar to Marcos Gamboa, where he's got that 12-6 curve that dips into the top part of the zone from about the batter's face. He spins and throws back to first to try and nab Brown. He slides back in safely. On the season, Vega has pitched 16 innings, allowing 11 runs on 17 hits. He's got a .506 ERA. Struck out 7, walked 4. Go back to first again. Brown slides in safely. He's allowed 8 doubles, no triples, 1 homer. And again, he's got a .506 ERA. Breaking ball, chopped fair, right at home plate. Escobar fields, fires over, so that's essentially the same as a sac bunt. There's 2 outs, and Brown advances to second.
Yep, just a simple, tapped it up right in front of the catcher. Good job by the runner on first base for FAMU, not getting confused, and immediately just runs to second. Not allowed himself to be doubled up there.
Back to the top of the order now for Florida A&M. 2 outs, runner on second. Wildcats have a 4-1 lead here in the 7th of this 1.5 game doubleheader. Breaking ball, chopped softly towards third. Charging is Vasquez, and he threw him out by half a step. What a play by Peter Vasquez over at third, and that's the inning. No runs, no hits, 1 left, and we go to the bottoms of the 7th inning. 4-1 Wildcats on CatEye Network Radio. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Wildcats still holding on to that 4-1 lead that has stood since the first. A.J. Smith will lead off.
Center fielder A.J. Smith.
Smith struck out to end the first and then was hit by a pitch in the 4th, but was caught leaning too far away from the bag and picked off.
We'll be looking to right that wrong here.
First pitch from Tanner Walker. He squares to bunt, pulls it back, pitches a strike, and it's 0-1.
And it's pretty obvious that A.J. Smith's plan is to bunt every time he comes up to the plate to just get his speed on base.
He squares to bunt again. That pitch goes low in the dirt, and it's 1-1. Smith, as I mentioned, only making his 2nd start of the year in this game, and only had 6 ABs before that, mostly used as a pinch runner or a backup outfielder. Fastball goes high, 2-1. And as a pinch runner, he was the man that came in from 2nd on the walk-off single by Ramses Cordova last Tuesday. Pitch, up and in, 3-1 to let the Wildcats beat UNF.
Yep.
And if it's anybody else maybe on second base, that's a closer play, but he was already rounded third when that ball dropped in shallow right field. Walker's 3-1. Breaking ball catches the middle of the zone, 3-2.
Yeah, but when you're someone with the lead speed like that, especially when your plan is originally to just bunt on, you're definitely going to be looking to just try to take as many pitches as you can.
Here's the 3-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And maybe if he'd held off on that one, that would have been inside.
Yeah.
But he strikes out for the 2nd time today, and now we'll go to the bottom of the order, Colton Olison. Olison 0 for 2. A ground out to 3rd and a line out to short. That line out to short, one of the more impressive defensive plays in the game. Niles stretched way above his head to grab that one. Breaking ball, strike inside corner from the righty Tanner Walker. Olison, a rough start offensively to the season, just batting 185. And the 0-1 is hammered to left. That's going to get down for a base hit and roll to the wall on the left field line. Olison trying to stretch it to a double. No, he'll go back as the ball gets away, rolls to first. Oh, Olison almost got caught in no man's land. The wind took that ball away from Niles, who was covering second base, and it rolled right to the first baseman, Greco. Thankfully, Olison got back to first. So there's a runner on with 1 down.
Yeah, Brown in left field has an amazing arm. He just lasers it. If the wind is in there, that gets straight to second, no problem. But the ironic thing is, if he runs through that, if Olison runs through trying to still go to second, he makes it. But obviously, that ball would have been there in time without the wind. So.
Yep. Back to the top of the order for Bethune-Cookman. Sergio Rivera watches a fastball away, and it's 1-0. Rivera reached on an error by the 3rd baseman in the 1st inning. He came around to score, but has 2 pop-ups since then. Fly out to right and popped up to the shortstop. The 1-0, big swing and a miss at a slider that tailed away from him.
Yep.
And it's 1-1.
Slider really got him that time. The catcher had to slide into the other batter's box to catch it.
That is a confidence-boosting pitch as a pitcher. Because this is one of the best hitters the Wildcats have, and he's got him looking every which way. Here's the 1-2. Spin and a throwback to first. Olison dives back in safely. His first base coach, Hunter Allen, gives a bit of encouragement to Colton Olison. Once again, we'll do the 1-2. Runner goes. Pitches a ball. Throw down to second is in time, and Olison is out. And there's 2 away. So the count is 2-2 on Sergio Rivera. Correction, 2-1 is the count on Sergio Rivera.
Yep.
With now nobody on and 2 outs. Wildcats being aggressive on the base pass, punished by a nice throw from Brody Popple behind the plate. That one's a strike. Fastball hit the outside black. Now it's 2-2.
Yep. Now it's 2-2, 2 outs. You know, you're hoping for a good pitch to hit here.
Rivera watches strike 3 as a slider tails away into the opposite batter's box, but hit the front of the plate. 2 strikeouts and a caught stealing as the Rattlers work around the single by Colton Olison. Nothing for the Cats in the 7th. We go to the 8th. Wildcats 6 out away from getting this series win here on CatEye Network Radio. To the 8th inning we go on this windy Sunday. A block from the world's most famous beach here at Jackie Robinson Ballpark. Wildcats still lead 4-1. Brody Popple will lead off. Popple is 1 for 3. Flied out to right in the first, grounded into a double play in the third, and then singled in the 6th, but was stranded on second after a couple of pop-ups. And the first pitch from Dylan Vega is a slider strike, caught the outside corner to the lefty.
These have been really good pitches from both pitchers here. Vega's been pitching really well, and obviously the FAMU on the pitcher. Oh, FAMU on the pitcher. Pitcher Walker has done well as well.
Fouled away left-hand side, and the wind takes that one all the way into the St. Johns River.
Yep.
The flag, I don't think I've ever seen the flag in center field be as violently straight in as it is right now. Here's the 0-2 from Vega.
Ooh.
And he got him on the back. And the first man aboard in the inning for FAMU, and that is a gift, an absolute gift. You could see what he was trying to do. He was trying to just jam him inside, force a check swing, strike 3, but man, oh man, he missed his spot pretty badly there. And Brody Popple has been victimized here the early part of this Sunday restart with the foul tip into the nether regions and then
hitting the
back by a fastball.
Long day for him already, and we're just getting started as he's getting checked on again by his coaches.
That is the 3rd hit by pitch of the game. Correction, 2nd hit by pitch of the game. 4th free pass given by Wildcat pitching. Second by Vega. He walked Jordan Brown in the 7th. And here's John Michael Bastardo. He's got the only run for the Rattlers today. The single in the first came around to score on the double by Sebastian Greco. First pitch, swing and miss, missed the breaking ball. And it's 0-1.
And the thing is, we've seen a continuation. Sometimes when you restart a game, you get kind of a whole different game, really.
Breaking ball, chopped toward third. Nice snag by Vasquez. Throws to second, in time for one. On to first late. But they get the lead runner. What a snag by Vasquez. Acrobatically dove and picked it up off the ground. And now Coach Hernandez is coming out to argue. I think he wants to argue that the slide at second by Brody Popple was a dangerous play and prevented the throw to first by Colton Olison, who was covering the bag. I don't think that review's going to go anywhere as Coach Hernandez walks back to the dugout.
Yeah.
batters, first baseman, number 33, Sebastian Greco.
And now we'll have Sebastian Greco. With one down, Popple caught 5-4. Bistardo on with a fielder's choice. And this is the exact same situation where Greco doubled him in the first. First pitch to the lefty is outside, ball one.
Yep. But to my earlier point before the fielder's choice there, it's you usually get a different game when you restart after, a rain delay or something, but it's been more of the same, just.
Vega finds the breaking ball in the outside corner. It is the same umpiring crew,
Yep.
or umpiring positions as last game. Brad Polk at the plate landed, Davis Don Andrews in the field. That one time a fastball inside, jammed up Greco, forced him to foul it off. But Polk's strike zone is considerably wider than it was yesterday. And I speculate that might also be
Part of the
wind,
reason. Yeah.
the wind. Breaking ball hit in the air to left side. The wind's going to take it out of play for a foul ball. That one looked like it was going to go right to Garrett Chun in left field, but it just whipped all the way out of play.
Yeah, but it started around, looking like it would be maybe around the foul line and ends up probably about on Beach Street.
So now the count is 1-2 on Greco. Vega deals inside and low. Got to be careful not to hit another one with that inside pitch.
Yeah.
Count 2-2. Bistardo leads off first one out in the inning. Vega deals. Outside, 3-2. And once again, the Wildcats get 2 strikes on a batter and have trouble closing them out. As the wind gusts again, Vega winds and fires. Swinging a foul ball. He just pumped that fastball right down the middle and hoped that Greco couldn't catch up to it.
Couldn't really, just got his bat to it, but he's probably looking for either soft contact here or just get him out.
Once again, the full count delivery to Greco. Vega from the stretch. Ball 4, missed it outside, and there's 2 on. So a hit by pitch, a fielder's choice, and a walk. And the Rattlers threaten here in the 8th. And here's Joseph Pierini. 0 for 3 Pierini, grounded out to second, struck out, and popped out to left field. Once again, another lefty hitter for Vega to deal with. His first pitch is in the dirt, ball 1. And we have a little bit of action in the BCU bullpen.
Starting to get some people warm.
Just in case this becomes a closer game. There's a fastball strike. Hit the upper outside corner on Pierini, who's not the tallest guy. Listed at 5'7".
Yep. Considerably smaller strike zone than.
They spin it, a throwback to second. Safe is Bistardo.
Ben Greco, who was up just a few moments ago now on first. Runners on first and second.
Yep. Not a bad move trying to get the lead runner. They might do it again. No, here's the pitch. Breaking ball. And it's over the reaching glove of Cordova at short and into left field. No runs are going to score, but it's a base hit that loads the bases with 1 out. And now here's Hadam Hader-Moda, who is 0 for 3 in this game, but on Friday night had 2 of the 4 hits that the Rattlers got with 2 doubles.
And now you're looking for, soft contact. You have forces at every base, or a pop out or a strikeout. You do not want the ball to go deep anywhere. You don't want it to be picked up by the wind anywhere.
Joel Sanchez gonna walk out to the mound to give Dylan Vega a talking to, probably just to give some time for Pablo Torres to warm up in the bullpen. He's been the consistent closer for the Wildcats team this year, and if Vega is able to get out of this inning, would be in line for the save in the 9th. But you said that oftentimes a resumed game takes on a completely different flavor. We are seeing it now. This is the first time either team has loaded the bases since the first inning when the Wildcats did it when they scored those 4 runs. Coach Sanchez will walk back to the dugout and leave Dylan Vega standing on the mound to face Adam Hadermoda, the reigning SWAC hitter of the week. Hitting .311 is Hadermoda, 6 doubles, 2 homers, 7 RBIs. Here's the first pitch to him. Breaking ball off the end of the bat into right field. There's a base hit. 1 run scores. Everybody else is going to hold up there. And it is 4-2. The lead has been cut in half. That was first pitch swinging from Hadermoda. Bastardo scores from first. Bastardo scores from third. Greco goes to third. Pierini goes to second. Hadermoda is on first, and now with 1 down, the bases are still loaded. Here's Jalen Niles, who's 0 for 3. Ground out, strikeout, pop out in his 3 plate appearances. First pitch from Vega. Strike on the outside, Black to the right-hand hitter, 0-1. Bases loaded, Wildcats lead down to 4-2. Pitch, swinging a foul away off the inside part of the bat.
And he really needs to get this strikeout here. 0-2 count, take advantage of what you already got. You worked him well on the outside, probably gonna come inside with a breaking ball.
Vega deals, goes outside with the breaking ball, misses the plate. But that's the right call on that pitch selection. But very patient have been these Rattlers hitters against Vega. They've gotten 3 free passes, 2 walks, and a hit by pitch in the first 2 innings of work for Vega. Pitch on the way, ground ball softly towards second. They go to second for 1, and no play at first. It's going to be another run for the Rattlers. Niles reaches on a fielder's choice. Greco scores from third to make it 4-3. Perini goes to third. Hadermoda out. 6-4 at second base, and now there's 2 outs. Here's Jordan Brown. And if the Wildcats can get out of this with no more runs coming across, they'll still have the lead going into the 9th.
Yeah.
First pitch from Vega. Breaking ball right down the middle, strike 1. Jordan Brown is 1 for 2 with a walk. Singled in the second, but was caught on the base paths. Here's the pitch, breaking ball, another strike, 0-2. Then he struck out in the 5th, walked in the 7th, was the only runner last inning for the Rattlers, was stranded there by a couple of ground outs. Vega lets that right arm hang down. Now he comes set. From the stretch, deals the 0-2, outside. Just tried to blow the fastball by him, 1-2.
Didn't catch enough of the plate. It's too far outside.
We've seen this time and time again in this appearance for Vega. The pitch, swing and a miss. No, he got a piece of it, barely. Oh, that was just touched the edge of the bat.
Yeah, the runner went, obviously. The 2 outs, 0-2.
Now, the count holds 1-2. Vega, another chance to get a strikeout here and end the inning. Wildcats still lead 4-3. Pierini on third. Niles on first. Pitch, swing, and a base hit. Right field line, that's going to go all the way to the wall. Pierini scores from third. All the way around from first to score is Hadermoda. Going to third with a triple is Jordan Brown, and the Rattlers have the lead 5-4. It was right down the first baseline, all the way to the corner.
Yep.
Four runs in the inning, excuse me. And there's still a chance for more as True Fontenot comes to the plate with Brown on third after his 2 RBI triple. Fontenot in the last inning grounded out, a little chopper right in front of the plate. Breaking ball slider catches the zone 0-1. And the story of the season for this Wildcats team has not been able to get out of situations. There's a line drive, base hit to center field. 6-4 Rattlers as Brown scores from third. And back to the top of the order, it's the 9th batter of the inning, Ty Jackson.
And how quickly fortunes can flip in baseball. You went from possibly going into the 9th with the lead, with a 3-run lead, to at least a 2-2 count. Was it a 2-2 count?
Yep.
1 run up still, and now you're looking at least a 2-run deficit heading into the top of the 9th.
Well, bottom of the 8th would be next, but yeah. And the Wildcats have shown nothing offensively since the restart.
Center fielder number 19, Ty Jackson.
Ty Jackson 0 for 3 with a walk in the game. First pitch to him. Swing and a miss on a check swing upstairs with the fastball. And I've been in this situation as a pitcher when you just want the world to fold up around you. Fastball, outside corner, strike 2. And all you can do is just throw the next pitch.
Yep. Just want to get out of the inning at this point. Not been Vega's best day.
The 0-2. Foul ball, tipped back to the screen, and the Rattlers stay alive again. But my point was the Wildcats have let 2 outs, 2 strikes, have the opponent on the ropes, and they've let it hurt them all year long. They have not been able to get out of innings, put batters away. They throw back to first, safe, after the pitch was wide, and it's 1-2.
Almost got him out there. Just obviously wasn't the intentional plan to try to get the runner out at first. So
Vegas 1-2, fouled away. The runner was going, was True Fontenot.
And at this point, the control hasn't been there. You might, think about doing a pitch out. You know that runner's trying to go, has been going each time in this 2-strike, 2-out situation.
Nobody's covering second right now. Runner goes again. Now they throw down to second, try and get the runner, and he's safe. Not the greatest throw from Irvin Escobar behind the plate.
Sometimes you hate being right,
2-2 the count to Ty Jackson. 5 runs in the inning already for the Rattlers, with 2 down here in the top of the 8th pitch. Breaking ball fouled away again, and the Wildcats again can't get out of the inning. When you think about it, the Wildcats haven't really put up any offense since last night. Vega's pitch hit high in the air, foul, right side, out of play.
And he's just battling here at the plate. Vega's been trying to put him away for a good minute now and just can't get that pitch to go. Already 40 pitches for Vega.
In just an inning and 2/3. Once again, the 2-2, ground ball towards short. Cordova fields and fires across. Big stretch by Soufrain, and he's off the bag, and the runner is safe. And that'll be an error charge to Cordova for the wild throw. And the inning continues. Fontenot goes to third, and we have batted around, have the Rattlers.
Yep. The funny thing is Popple had his catcher gear on about 15, 20 minutes ago and has completely changed back into his batting gear.
And I think that's going to be the end for Dylan Vega as Coach Hernandez comes out to talk to him, and we will see probably Pablo Torres, but that doesn't look like Torres
Nope.
coming in. So we will see who the new pitcher is, but Dylan Vega goes an inning and 2/3, gives up 5 runs on 4 hits, walks 2, hits another one by a pitch. An error doesn't bail him out of the inning either. A tough one for the USF transfer, and it's given the Rattlers a 7-4 lead. As True Fontenot actually came all the way around to score on that error by Cordova.
Oh.
Patrick Gork
The new pitcher for the Wildcats.
will come on to pitch for Bethune-Cookman, the senior.
They took the run back.
Oh, they took the run off?
To third.
Okay. Yeah. I didn't think he scored, but
Neither did I, but I was like, well, they gave him the run, but no, he stopped at third.
so Fontenot is on third, Jackson on first, and here comes Brody Popple, who led off the inning with a hit by pitch, was caught 5-4 in a fielder's choice, and he's going to get a chance to bat again.
Yeah. Groart comes in 3.12 ERA, 1 win on his record in 4 appearances. He has 1 save, 8 in a 2 frames innings pitched, 6 hits against him, 4 runs charged to him. Only 3 of those runs earned, and has allowed 5 walks and has 9 strikeouts, only allowing a 188 batting average against him.
Popple, the left-hand hitter, will bat. 2 outs in the top of the 8th, already 5 runs across for the Rattlers. Bunted foul, third base side, as they try and squeeze in Fontenot from third.
As my computer nearly gets pushed off of the table by this wind.
And the Rattlers have shown how to deal with the wind offensively. You don't want to pop things up, don't want to get under things, just hit line drives, and the wind will actually push it down in front of the defenders. Runner goes to second, big swing and a miss from Popple. It'll be a stolen base without a throw for Ty Jackson. Now runners on second and third. The Wildcats from a comfortable position last night find themselves behind. Fastball missed outside to the lefty. 1-2. Pitch from Vega. Ground ball towards second. Olesen fields and fires, and that's finally the end of the inning.
For FAMU in the 8th, they score 5 runs on 4 hits.
5 runs, 4 hits, 1 error, 2 left. And it's Florida A&M 6, Bethune-Cookman 4. Wildcats have 6 outs to get back into this one here on CatEye Network Radio. The Wildcats, for the first time in this series, find themselves behind as we go to the bottom of the 8th here at the Jack. They trail 6-4
Left fielder Garrett Chun.
as Garrett Chun will lead off. Tanner Walker in for his second inning of work. No, correction, third inning of work, because we started at the bottom of the 6th here at the Jack today. And it's a ground ball, first base side, moving over Fontenot, fields and fires across, 1 pitch, 1 down.
And Walker's been cruising through his outing today. At 30 pitches, only 1 hit and 1 walk and 3 strikeouts, only 7 batters faced to start out his outing.
Here's Jose Gonzalez, first time seeing Walker. He's 1 for 3. 2 flyouts to left as he sees a strike at the knees and a single in the 3rd. That was really the last time the Wildcats threatened much of anything, because they had 2 on after Soufrain walked, but then a flyout and a double play ended that threat. The 0-1 in the dirt, 1-1. It was windy but blue skies. Now some gray clouds have emerged over left field here at Jackie Robinson Ballpark. We hope it doesn't rain. Pitch. Outside, missed with the breaking ball, 2-1. Wildcats hoping to battle back, jump on Tanner Walker, but as you said, he has cruised so far. The 2-1. Line drive, center field, there's a base hit as the wind pushes it down in front of Jackson. And the Wildcats have their first run of the inning. Gonzalez on. He extends his on-base streak now to 19 straight games.
First baseman number 16, Manny Soufrain.
Now here's Manny Soufrain. He was the first batter to face Walker back in the 6th. He struck out looking. Before that, last night, he was hit by a pitch and scored in the 1st and walked and was caught in a double play in the 3rd. And the first pitch to the lefty is outside, ball 1. This is a situation that Manny Soufrain does not like to find himself in. He's one of the few guys on this Wildcats roster that I'd say is a pure power hitter. Not a lot of finesse to his game. Pitch. Swing and a ground ball through the right side. Well, there's some finesse as he hits a single to right field. Gonzalez will go all the way to 3rd when the Wildcats have runners on the corners with 1 down.
Soufrain must have heard you and said, I'll show you finesse. Hits it right in between the first baseman and the second baseman there. And it goes up the line to the right fielder, and it allows his teammate to get to 3rd base.
Yep.
Catcher number 22, Irvin Escobar.
Now here's Irvin Escobar. Singled, had an RBI single. Came around to score himself in the 1st. Popped out to center in the 3rd, and then walked in the 6th. With runners on the corners and 1 down, Wildcats trailing by 2 here in the bottom of the 8th. First pitch from Walker. Breaking ball misses upstairs and in. 1-0 to Irvin, who knows a thing or two about hitting in clutch situations. He was the hero last year at the SWAC tournament. 1-0 is now 1-1, tipped into the glove. As he batted over 400 in that tournament, led the Wildcats all the way to the finals.
And he'll be looking to lead the Wildcats back into a lead.
Pitch in the dirt, ball 2. He swung at it though, says first base umpire Landon Davis. Not sure I agree with that one. And now the count is 1-2. Walker from the stretch deals. Outside and low. And it's 3-2 the count. No, correction, 2-2.
Nope, 3-2 again. Wait,
Well,
somebody's
no,
lying.
the board had a ball for that check swing that was called a strike. So it is 2-2, even though the board says 3-1. With runners on the corners, Walker deals, swing and a hit, a little bloop single into right field. That's going to drop. 1 run scores, and the Wildcats are now down 6-5. Again, the Wildcats have figured it out. They followed the Rattlers blueprint. You don't need to hit it hard. All you got to do is just put it up there, and the wind will drop it in front of the outfielders.
A beautiful wind assist there for Escobar as he just hits it about as softly as you can to get it over that's the shortstop and waiting, and then drops in behind him. And a mound visit here, and there has been a pitcher getting warm for the Rattlers this entire time, but I think that was their closer. So
Yeah, well, I mean, a 6-out save, or at this point it would be a 5-out save, not unheard of.
no,
They could turn to the closer here with the Wildcats down 6-5 after the opening ground out by Garrett Chun. Gonzalez singled, Sufrain singled to move him to third, and then now Escobar is singled to score Gonzalez, push Sufrain to second, and Escobar at first. And it's all been kind of soft contact, just floating the ball in. Sufrain dribbled it down the first base line for a base hit, and all you need to do is find the green grass.
yep.
The batter for the Wildcats, shortstop number 36, Ramses Cordova.
Now here's Ramses Cordova, 2 RBI double back in the first, then grounded into a double play in the third, flew out to right in the 6th. With runners on first and second, 1 out. Breaking ball misses low and away from Walker. And I can see similarities with Walker this inning with what Vega was doing last inning. Just trying to do a little bit too much, trying to locate those balls perfectly on the black.
As he gets some new directions from his coaching staff over there and the bench.
Walker checks the runner, now deals the 1-0. There's a ball. Fastball missed outside to Cordova, 2-0. And Walker, when he's missing, he's not missing by much. He's not wild like Kelly was at times yesterday. So you still got to protect here, even though you're up 2-0. If you're Cordova, just don't want to hit into a double play that would end the inning. Walker winds and fires. That time a strike catches the outside part of the plate, and it's 2-1.
Wildcats fans want that to be called a ball. Umpire disagrees.
It did look a little outside. But anyway, the count is 2-1 on Cordova. Walker, the big righty from the stretch. Popped sky high, first base side. Greco chasing it towards the line, and it is pushed out of play by the wind.
And starts in field, gets pushed all the way into, I think, past the bench in right field.
Yeah, it started inside the foul lines and was pushed all the way out. That's wild. Now the count 2-2 on Cordova. Walker trying to preserve this Rattler lead going to the 9th. Here's the pitch. Outside, count runs full 3-2, just completely missed his spot there. Popple had to dive to his right to catch that one to save him from going to the backstop.
Yeah, Popple's done a great job of doing that all game, though. Very good defensive catcher.
Remember, we've got Manny Sufrain as the lead runner on second. Not the fastest guy on this team. Maybe not one you'd pick to score from second. The 3-2 delivery. Swing and a miss. It was up and in, and Cordova waved at it.
Yep.
And there's 2 away. And now here's Peter Vasquez, who's 0 for 3 with 3 groundouts.
Attention, please. Pinch hitting for the Wildcats, number
Nope.
33, George Rodriguez. Rodriguez, pinch hitting for the Cats.
George Rodriguez, the catcher, pinch hitting here.
Yep. He will probably be the starting catcher in game 2 today.
Pinch hitting for Vasquez.
Yep. Rodriguez, the junior from Ponce, Puerto Rico, fouls one straight back, and it's 0-1. Started his college career at Wabash Valley out in Indiana.
Said, I don't like the cold, and came down to Daytona Beach.
Yep. And he stares down a 1-0 count, or sorry, 0-1 count with 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Big cut and miss at a fastball up and in. That's the exact same pitch that Cordova was punched out on.
Yeah.
And the Wildcats are just not seeing this up and in fastball. And here comes hitting coach Derek Cartaya to talk to Rodriguez and probably tell him the exact same thing. They're going to try and pound that fastball up and in. Don't swing at it.
Especially when it's getting that velo. Neither guy even caught up to it.
Wildcats have scored 1 on 3 straight base hits by Gonzalez, Sufrain, and Escobar. Before that, Chun grounded out, and then after that, Cordova struck out. Now here's Jorge Rodriguez down 0-2 on a big pinch hit spot to try and tie this game. Wildcats down 6-5, bottom 8. And a stoppage of play. I think we're going to have a pinch runner at second replacing Manny Sufrain. Now, usually this would be A.J. Smith who would come in to run, but he is in the starting lineup already. So we will have Jamie Villafane.
Pinch running at second base for the Wildcats. Number 17, Jamie Villafane. Villafane, pinch running at second base.
Villafane, normally the third base starter for Bethune-Cookman, has been battling a bit of a hand injury that has prevented him from playing the field, but he can run.
Yep.
And so he will be on second.
Has that bandage on his hand.
The 0-2. Chopper towards second. Fontenot will fire over, and the Wildcats do not tie the game. 1 run, 3 hits, 2 left, and we go to the 9th inning. Wildcats down 6-5 here on CatEye Network Radio.
And who was that?
So we have some defensive changes going to the 9th for Bethune-Cookman. Irvin Escobar moves from catcher to first base. Manny Sufrain is out. Frankie Feblis comes in to play third, and Jorge Rodriguez is now catching. As Michael Bastardo, who scored 2 of the 6 runs for the Rattlers today, will stand in to face Patrick Gork here in the 9th. Wildcats looking to get this one done quickly and then head to the bottom of the 9th, try and walk it off. There's a first pitch strike at the knees from Gork. Bastardo singled and scored in the 1st, grounded out in the 3rd, struck out in the 6th, reached on a fielder's choice and scored in the 8th, and he hits this one high in the air, shallow left. Long run for Chun. It's actually going to be the shortstop Cordova who calls him off to make the catch. That's the second time that's happened.
Yep.
So there's one away, and here's Sebastian Greco.
Any other day, probably actually is going to Chun or the center fielder, and it just ends up being slightly out of in the infield, straight to the shortstop.
Greco had the RBI double in the first,
Oh.
and he hits this one high in the air to left.
Curve.
Chun chasing it, moving over towards the line. He makes the catch. That ball curved all the way from maybe the scoreboard area all the way to the line, but Chun makes the grab, and there's quickly 2 away.
That's a great job by Chun to track that ball. It's hard. It's very hard to, track something, especially that gets caught in the wind like it did.
Here's Joseph Pierini. First pitch, a ball to him. Pierini grounded out in the first, struck out in the 4th, flied out in the 6th, but then singled and scored in the 8th, and an RBI single. Pitch low, 2-0. Patrick Gork, a senior from Land O'Lakes, Florida, delivers, fouled away by Pierini. And it's 2-1. Went to Land O'Lakes High School, and then started his college career with the Blue Wave of FSC Jacksonville. There's Pierini, lasers one into left. There's another base hit. And once again, a 2-out base runner against the Wildcats. And that'll bring up Adam Hayter-Moda. Hayter-Moda was 0 for 3 before the 8th inning. And he had an RBI single. It was eventually caught out in a fielder's choice by Jalen Niles. Runner on first is Pierini, 2 outs, and that one's hit high in the air down the right field line. That one is foul.
And that one you definitely thank the wind for, because that looked like it might have got out of here if not for the wind-assisted foul.
It's just a loud strike, and it's 0-1. Those gray clouds that were perhaps threatening over the left field fence have moved off. Pitch, breaking ball in the dirt, 1-1. And there's actually some sunlight peeking through for the first time today here at the Jack.
Been a cold day at the Jack with this gusty wind.
Temperatures in the mid-60s, but of course the wind not helping. Pitch, high in the air, left field. Chun going back, moving over against the wind, makes the catch to end the inning. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left, and we go to the bottom of the 9th. Wildcats down by 1 here on the CatEye Network. We go to the ninth. Wildcats down by 1, and they will face the closer for Florida A&M, Grant Harrison. Jorge Gonzalez-Fabo will pitch hit for A.J. Smith in the leadoff spot. First pitch to him. Fastball strike in at the letters. 0-1. Harrison making his 10th appearance of the season. He's got a 1.23 ERA. And the 0-1, breaking ball right there on the inside part of the plate, 0-2. In 7 1/3 innings pitched for Harrison, he's only given up 4 runs, 1 earned, and he came inside, almost hit Fabo with a breaking ball, 1-2. Struck out 14, walked 4, giving up 3 doubles, no other extra base hits. And the 1-2 to Fabo. Breaking ball, strike 3, and Fabo knew it. Just crossed right in front of the plate with that slider. No swing, 1 down. And here is Colton Olison.
Wildcat second baseman number 2, Colton Olison.
3 at-bats, 1 hit. Got caught stealing.
Had that single in the 7th, but then was, as you mentioned, caught on the base paths. First pitch to him, that looping breaking ball in there for a strike on the inside corner. Wildcats down 6-5. They were ahead 4-1 after the first inning, then no other scoring happened until the 8th. Ground ball, shortstop side. Niles charges, and on 1 hop fires across. And the Rattlers are 1 out away from completing a pretty incredible comeback here in game 1 of this game-and-a-half doubleheader.
Yep.
Right fielder number 19, Sergio Rivera.
And it'll be top of the order. Sergio Rivera bats with 2 outs. And the Wildcats down by 1 here in the 9th, facing Walker, who's looking for his 2nd save. His first save came all the way back, first game of the season against Eastern Illinois on the 16th of February. Drops that slider right to the middle for a strike 1.
Right down the middle. All of his pitches have been in the zone pretty much. He's done a great job of just making them look like they're not going to be there.
0-1. Rivera squared to bunt, pulled it back, strike 2, another slider.
And Pop was doing an amazing job behind the dish of going low. And I think it's messing with the Wildcats hitters as they're thinking, okay, the ball's going to be real low here, and it's just, you know, for the most part, middle.
1 strike away are the Rattlers. Harrison winds and fires. Breaking ball misses outside. He has the biggest tail of any slider I think we've seen, maybe even all season of the Jag. The 1-2. Rattlers once again 1 strike away. The pitch went with the slider again, missed it.
Yep, just a little bit too much break. Really good pitch, though.
Rivera reached on an error and scored in the first and is 0 for 3 since then. The 2-2 with 2 down. Line drive, foul. First base side.
Straight
And we'll do it again.
Straight to the Wildcats bullpen.
Made good contact on it, just a little bit too far out in front of that changeup. The ball ricocheted into the field of play. So we'll have to clean that one up. Now Rivera stands back in. Wildcats looking to keep their unblemished conference record alive, but it's 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, down by 1 in the 9th. Here's the pitch. Ball outside, barely missed with the fastball, and the count runs full. The Wildcats will see at least 1 more pitch.
And he's probably going to go to that slider and just try to put it right down the middle again.
The full count delivery from the stretch. Inside, ball 4, and Rivera walks, so the tying run potentially is aboard. And here is Garrett Chun, who walked and scored in the first, but again, since then is 0 for 3. Ground out, line out, ground out.
And that's a great job by Rivera by just being patient at the plate. Was down 0-2 and just didn't swing at anything. Hit that 1 ball foul and battled. And Now it's just going to be down to Chun now.
Righty to lefty. The first pitch. Fastball misses high upstairs by the bill of Chun's helmet, 1-0.
And you're going to look to Chun to either try to keep this inning going or even hit it somewhere they can't get it.
Runner goes. Here's the throw down to second. It is Wild. Leaping off the base to prevent that from going to center field is Niles, so it's a stolen base for Rivera. Now you think about runner on second. If there's a single, you're sending Rivera home to try and tie this game.
Yeah. You don't want to, the wind's not very home run at friendly whatsoever, so you're going to hope that you get a single, a double, obviously, something in play to get him around. And that was a great play by the second baseman to not have that ball go blazing in the center field.
Here is the 2-0. They spin it, a throwback to second. And Rivera is safe. Chun, like Pierini, not the tallest guy in the world, so his strike zone is a little bit low. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball. That one does catch the zone, 2-1. And he went away from that slurve, I want to call it, half slider, half curve. And that's when he got in trouble and ended up walking Rivera. Now 2-1 the count. Here's the pitch. It's hammered back up the middle. There's a base hit. Rounding third and coming home is Rivera. Here's the throw to the plate. He is safe. We are tied at 6. Garrett Chun, ice water in the veins, pushes that one back up the middle.
Great job by Garrett Chun, hitting that where nobody was. And that steal was so important. He doesn't score from first there. And now he pushes it to Gonzalez. The DH has a chance to walk it off here.
Here is Jose Gonzalez. He's been one of the more consistent bats for the Wildcats both this season and in this game. 2 for 4 with 2 singles and a run scored. And the first pitch from Grant Harrison is a breaking ball inside corner, strike 1. And now we're staring down potentially extra innings here with 2 outs in the ninth, 6-6 ball game. Harrison from the stretch. Breaking ball. Pop foul off the end of the bat, out of play. 0-2. Do you think we see him go back to the slider here?
Probably.
Because he went away from it in an 0-2 count against Rivera and ended up walking him. Chun on first, a potential game-winning run here in the ninth. Harrison's 0-2. Hit off the end of the bat, in the air right field. Bastardo moving back, makes the catch, and we've got extra baseball here at the Jack. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. And we go to the 10th inning of play here on CatEye Network Radio. We go to the 10th inning. Extra baseball for the first time here at Jackie Robinson Ballpark this season. And the sophomore right-hander Pablo Torres takes over on the mound. Also, Jorge Gonzalez Fabo is now in right field after pinch hitting. Rivera moves from right to center, replacing A.J. Smith. Jalen Niles leads off for Florida A&M. Torres, the closer this season for Bethune-Cookman, making his 6th appearance of the season. His ERA is .953. First pitch to Niles, check swing, strike one as the ball goes in the dirt. Has 2 saves on the year against Florida Gulf Coast and against Maine. And the 0-1 in the dirt, ball 1. In 5 2/3 innings pitched, he's given up 6 runs on 8 hits, all earned. Striking out 5, walking 5. Given up 1 homer. And another ball in the dirt. 2-1. No extra base hits except the 1 home run. And again, his ERA is .953, but that's a couple of lopsided innings one against Florida Gulf Coast and one against Northwestern. The 2-1 in the dirt again. He's been in the dirt on every pitch, and his only strike's been the check swing.
Gotta find his location here on this 3-1 pitch. Can't afford to walk him.
3-1 to Niles. Inside, ball 4. Again, the leadoff man aboard for Florida A&M. And here's Jordan Brown. Singled in the 2nd, struck out in the 5th, walked, and was stranded on 2nd of the 7th. Tripled in 2 runs in the 8th and eventually scored himself. That gave the Rattlers the lead, 6-5 at the time. So that tied the game at 5 then. He gave the Rattlers the lead. No, it was 6-4 then, so we did give the Rattlers the lead 5-4. He came around to make it 6-4. First pitch, low again from Torres. He has not thrown a pitch. We've thrown 1 pitch above the knees of the batters the whole time he's been out there, and that was way inside. The 1-0. Low again in the dirt. They throw back to first. And sliding back in safely is Niles. They would have had him with a better throw from Rodriguez behind the plate.
Yeah, it was right there.
And here comes pitching coach Joel Sanchez to talk to Pablo Torres. He is just over-rotating on every pitch, and he's spiking all of them.
Yep.
Count is 1-0 to Jordan Brown after a 5-pitch walk to Jalen Niles, where none of the pitches were really competitive. And the Wildcats, with a lot of pressure on this game specifically, if they come through and win this one, they've got the series win. The pressure is a little bit off in game 3 later on today. Of course, you'd like the sweep, but winning the series is more important for seeding purposes down the line. You get 6 games against every team in the division, 3 home, 3 away. And so winning those series is extremely important. It comes down to seeding at the end of the season, who plays who in the SWAC tournament, who gets what team out of the West in the opening round, who's potentially going to have to play each other from the East in the 2nd or 3rd round.
And for all that, they're definitely going to need Torre to get back to what he's good at.
Torres nods, deals. There's a strike at the knees. Picked it up a little bit. 1-1 the count to Jordan Brown. With Niles on first after a leadoff walk. Pitch. There's a strike again. Exact same location right at the knees. Torres mostly goes to work with his fastball. He'll have a changeup and a little bit of a cutter as well, but it's mostly trying to blow the fastball by, guys. Here's the 1-2. Ground ball towards short. Cordova flips to second for 1. On to first. Safe. And they get the lead runner and Brown on with a fielder's choice. That's the smart play, though, by Cordova.
Yep.
Get the lead runner.
Don't do too much with it. As
Like, I think, again, Coach Hernandez is coming out to argue that that slide at second from Niles was dangerous. Second base umpire Landon Davis just gives him a shake of the head. Coach Hernandez walks back to the dugout.
very simple.
I have never seen Johnny as heated as he was Friday night. He was spiking helmets and yelling all over the place about a play in right field that was called a ground rule double for Manny Sufrain, but he eventually got it overturned to a triple. Here's True Fontenot now. Pitch. Fastball at the knees. Now he's locating that fastball.
Yep.
Pablo Torres.
Dialed in after that short meeting, his pitching coach.
Brown on after the fielder's choice. They throw back over to first, and Brown is there safely. In a 6-6 ball game here in the 10th inning. In a game that started at 5 p.m. yesterday, was stopped after 6 1/3 in the dirt. Ball 1. Stopped after 6 1/3 yesterday for rain and was resumed this morning.
Yep. 12 p.m. start time. Originally supposed to just be one game at 1 p.m. or pushed it up, obviously, for these.
Here's the pitch. Line drive right field. Moving over, making the catch is Gonzalez Fabo, and he fires in to keep Brown at first.
At
And
first,
now it's Ty Jackson.
yep, at first it looked like it might have gone over. It was going to land in front of him, but ends up being behind him a little bit. He had to adjust himself.
With 2 outs in the 10th and a tie game at 6, here's Ty Jackson. Flied out in the first, walked and was stranded in the third, struck out in the 5th, grounded out in the 7th, reached on an error in the 8th. First pitch is low, ball 1. The appeal over to the first base umpire says no swing. With a runner on first, the 1-0. Fastball in there, strike 2, inside corner. And that one had a little bit of a tail on it into the right-hand hitter, so Jackson didn't agree with the call, but it did clip the front of the plate before it tailed away. They throw over to first again, very wary of the speed of Jordan Brown on the base paths. Although Brown has not gotten a steal this season, he's only 0 for 1 on stolen base attempts. Pitch. Just low, ball 2.
But it also could be, you know, FAMU has been running that base run on first every time we get to 2 strikes and 2 outs. It's part of the reason they got so many runs in that 8th inning.
Pitch. High fly ball, foul. First base side out of play.
So that's 2 strikes now. I would
Here
not
we
be
go. 2 strikes, 2 outs.
Yep.
Can Torres get out of it? He checks the pitch comm on his wrist. Now he comes set, dangles the right arm, puts it in his glove. With the wind whipping in behind him, the 1-2 pitch, ground ball foul outside of third. And we'll do the 1-2 again. The pressure builds.
Yep. And Torres' fastball might be part of the reason we're not seeing any movement there from the runner at first. He gets to the bag so quick, could be a problem.
Torres bends his knees into his windup. Outside, they throw back to first. Diving back in is Jordan Brown. The count is 2-2. They tried to pitch out.
I tried it.
Now I think Pablo just wants to attack him here.
Yep.
He nods and fires. He does. Ground ball towards short, and it's dropped by Cordova. And everybody's safe on the error. Second error of the game for Cordova, and there's 2 on with 2 out. Jackson has reached on an E6 now twice in a row.
Yeah.
And we'll see Brody Popple, the catcher. Go-ahead run on second for FAMU. 2 outs in the 10th and a 6-6 ball game. Torres deals. Fastball outside corner, strike one to Popple. And Popple has some words for the home plate umpire. Just asking, where was that? Torres deals again. There's another strike at the knees. 0-2 again, 2 outs.
Just needs to finish him off here.
Can the Wildcats get out of an inning? The pitch, ground ball foul. Barely foul outside of third. That one looked like it was destined for the left field corner.
Yeah, it was looked like it was about to hit the third base bag and just keeps pulling foul. And
Popple was hit by a pitch to begin the 8th. He didn't come around to score, but 5 runs did for the Rattlers in that frame. Once again, the 0-2 in the dirt. 1-2, trying to get him to swing at a junk pitch. Game 2 will be about 45 minutes after the conclusion of this one. Torres deals. Chop towards second. Tough play for Olison. He throws to second in time. And the Wildcats get out of the inning.
it scared me a little bit with the underhand throw, but gets right on target. And now another walk-off opportunity for the Wildcats.
No runs, no hits, 1 error, 2 left. And we go to the bottom of the 10th. Wildcats chance to walk it off in a 6-6 ball game on CatEye Network Radio. Grant Harrison, the graduate student from Tallahassee, remains on the hill to start the 10th inning. And Frankie Feblis will lead off, batting in the spot originally occupied by Manny Soufrain. First pitch grounded softly to third. Charging Hader Mota throws across in time, 1 out. One pitch, 1 out.
Yep. Very quick at bat.
If you're the Wildcats, you can't give up any easy ones here. You got back in the game in the 9th when you made Harrison work deep into counts. Here's Irvin Escobar. And the first pitch is a fastball upstairs, ball 1. Escobar in this game singled and scored in the first, flied out in the third. walked in the 6th, singled in the 8th. Second pitch, fastball inside, ball 2. Escobar had the game-tying RBI up the middle to score Jose Gonzalez from second and tie the game at 6 in the 9th. Breaking ball catches the zone. Again, that's Harrison's best pitch, that little slider curve that dips in from way upstairs. The 2-1. Fastball hit in the air, straight up on the infield. Who's going to get to that one? It will be the shortstop Niles behind the plate to make the catch, 2 away. And now here's Ramses Cordova.
Shortstop number 36, Ramses Cordova.
Had a 2 RBI double all the way back in the first, and then is 0 for 3 since then, including grounding into a double play to end the third when the Wildcats had 2 on. First pitch from Harrison. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball tailed away. Harrison started his career at Tallahassee Community College, but for the last 3 seasons has been with the Rattlers. The 1-1. Big cut and miss.
Just couldn't catch up to it. Bat was in the right place, just behind.
Harrison 1 strike away from sending us to the 11th inning. Check swing, ball goes low. And it is 2-2 the count. Harrison's 1-2 is a curveball, misses inside, 2-2.
Yep, just and now you see, like, could have been working these counts a little bit harder. Maybe we'd have some runners on base, but good battle here.
Cordova swings, chops it to third. It's bobbled by Hader Mota. He recovers, fires across, safe. Is Ramses Cordova, and he is on. I'm not sure if that's a base hit or an error. We'll see what the official scores it.
8 up Hader Mota a little bit.
It is an error charged to Hader Mota. So now the winning run is on first. And this is Jorge Rodriguez. With 2 away in the 10th. First pitch, breaking ball, right in there for strike 1. Jorge Rodriguez on for his second at-bat, grounded out to end the 8th. Pitch. Breaking ball tailed way into the opposite batter's box. 1-1. And if you're Popple here, you don't want anything to get to the backstop. It's a long way back there from home plate.
Yep.
So essentially a free base for Cordova, who's at first after the error. 1-1 pitch. Ground ball third base side. Hader Mota moves to his left, throws to second in time, inning over. No runs, no hits. 1 error and 1 left. And we go to the 11th inning, tied at 6 here on CatEye Network Radio. We go to the 11th inning here at Jackie Robinson Ballpark. Remember, there's still a whole nother game to be played after this. Jan Michael Bastardo leads off for Florida A&M. His 6th plate appearance of the game. He'll face Pablo Torres, who's still in after pitching the 9th, or the 10th rather. First pitch, fastball up and in, ball 1. And again, there's a whole nother game to be played after this. This is still just the continuation of game 2. High in the air, left field from Bastardo. Wynn's gonna keep that one in the yard. Garrett Shun makes the catch, 1 down.
Got a piece of it, just not today.
Yep. Here's Sebastian Greco as we continue our 6th time through the order. I'm also running out of space on my scorecard. This inning and the next inning, and then I'm out of room. First pitch, a fastball strike outside corner.
Hopefully the Wildcats will win it for you before we hit that point.
Yeah. And this is not a great situation for either team. If the longer this game goes, the more arms you're potentially going to have to throw, the fewer arms you have available for game 3.
Yeah. Both teams will be very starter reliant the longer this goes on.
Ground ball towards second, fielded deep in the hole by Olesen. He throws across to get Greco by half a step, 2 down.
Hit right into the shift.
The FAMU batter, designated hitter number 2.
Yeah, Olesen was playing about 12 steps back onto the outfield grass there. And now here's Joseph Pierini. 2 for 5, Pierini. 2 singles, a run scored in the 8th. First pitch, a ball up and away. So the 5'7" senior. Torres rocks and deals. Hit foul, straight back. 1-1. The wind picks up again. It had died down for a little bit. Pierini has played his entire collegiate career, all 5 seasons at FAMU, watches a fastball way outside. 2-1. Originally from Crawfordville, Florida, and Wakula High School. And of course, like most of this team, a SWAC champion last year. Pitch. Breaking ball, big cut and miss. I think that's the first off-speed we've seen Pablo Torres throw.
And I think it caught Pierini off guard. Was out in front of it. You know, you see 30,000 fastballs.
2-2. Outside, 3-2. And I can understand throwing away, trying to get somebody to chase, but the 2 pitches with 2 strikes that Torres has thrown out there have not been competitive.
No.
Full count. Again, 2 outs, haunting the Wildcats defensively. The pitch. Strike 3, punched him out looking on the outside corner. 1-2-3 goes Florida A&M, and we go to the bottom of the 11th, still tied at 6 on CatEye Network Radio. Jorge Gonzalez-Febo leads off the bottom of the 11th inning. Here at the Jacks, still a 6-6 game in the first game of our doubleheader between the Wildcats and the Rattlers on Sunday afternoon. Jorge Gonzalez-Febo pops it straight back foul out of play. He was the first batter to face Grant Harrison back in the 9th inning. After he came on to pitch hit for A.J. Smith, he struck out looking that time. Trying for a better result this time, he's behind 0-1. Harrison deals. Breaking ball hit high in the air to left center field. That is going to be dropping right in front of Jackson. I'm sorry, that's the wind. That is 100% the wind, because Jackson moved back like it was going to go over his head, and the ball just tanked right in front of him for a base hit.
And then by the time Jackson noticed it was going to be in front of him, as a pinch runner comes in for the Wildcats, Daniel Figueroa.
First base for the Wildcats, number 20, Daniel Figueroa.
But Jackson took, as you said, took a step back and then had to basically just jog in to try to play the ball as it fell.
Now, so Daniel Figueroa takes over pinch running at first base. He's the junior from Toa Alta, Puerto Rico. Transfer from Indian Hills Community College, and now it's Colton Olesen. Olesen squares to bunt, drops it down first base side. Nobody's covering the first base bag. The second baseman, Fontenot, has to go over there eventually to get him out, but the runner does advance. So that out goes 3-4. Bit of an odd put out. As the first baseman came in to field it, Fontenot was late getting over to the first base bag, because originally the first baseman charged, nobody covered the base.
Yep, he charged up for it, and you know, if he's faster, he might get there, but
yeah, well, he's done his job, moved the potential winning run over to second, and here is Sergio Rivera, top of the order for the Wildcats. First pitch to him, low and away, sprawling is Popple to keep that from the backstop. And a runner on third with less than 2 outs means that a pop-up could win you the game.
Yep. Especially if he can get over to third.
But right now, Figueroa is on second after pinch running for Jorge Gonzalez-Febo. Rivera looks at a 1-0 pitch. It's lined up the middle. There's a base hit to center field. Are they going to send him? He's coming home. Here's the throw to the plate. He is
beats it.
Safe. Ball game over. This one belongs to the maroon and gold. It's an 11-inning slugfest, and the Wildcats come from behind. Sergio Rivera with the walk-off knock to center field, and the Wildcats take the series. But we still have another game.
At 2:30.
2:30. 45 minutes from now. So let's wrap this one up. My goodness, Bethune-Cookman, 7 runs, 9 hits, 2 errors. They left 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on base. Florida A&M, 6 runs, 11 hits. I think also had 2 errors. I will double check. Yeah, 2 errors. They left 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 on base. What a slugfest. Knockdown, drag-out battle in Game 2 of this series that took almost 24 hours between the rain delay and the extra innings. The winning pitcher is Pablo Torres. That's his first win of the year. The losing pitcher is Grant Harrison. We will step aside, and we will come back in about 45 minutes for Game 3, the final game of this 3-game series between the Cats and the Rattlers right here on CatEye Network Radio.